Welcome to my channel. It's really nice to have you here. Recently, I was reading online. A man was narrating how her daughter lost her life. She committed suicide. That they did not know that she was depressed. She worked with one of the big company in Europe. What he said, is that she's a quiet person. She's always busy, so she's always in her room. Now, it never occurred to them that she was going through serious depression, that the man in her life dumped her, gave her a venereal disease, and I don't know, it's the herpes they call that. I think that's what he called it. So she became depressed, that the guy was abusing her. She couldn't talk to anybody. So one day she just woke up, told the mom she was coming, and left the house. I don't know if she went to drown herself or she jumped into an oncoming vehicle. I did not really catch that part. But it became obvious that we have started forgetting what the family role, the family as a unit, what it stands for. And that's why today I want us, I'll be talking rather, on the significance of the individual in a family unit. Now, I'd like us to understand something. The essence of any being starts from the family unit. The family unit is the only support system we have. Now, when I said we, I'm talking most especially in the African context, in the African culture. The family unit is the only support system we have. In the Western world, there are support systems here and there that take care of depression and other things. Now, she did not die here in Africa. She died in the UK. But what I'm trying to bring out is the fact that at the cost of us wanting to make money to take care of ourselves, and maybe by extension the family, we forgot to be there for each other. And that's why we're having this pocket of problem here and there about people being abused, women, boys, men, drug addiction, sex trafficking, and so on and so forth. Now, if you look at the family unit, the significance lies in the emotional support, interdependency, financial support, socialization. Where I'm most particular of is the crisis management. And we've been doing very poor in that department, in that area. That's why when you go into families, you see, it's apparent, the crack on the wall. So you see lizard and snake comes in to do whatever they like with the family or the children and get away with it. I like us to understand the strength of a family is in the people, working as a team. The strength of a family is in the individuals that make up the family being united. Now, it does not mean they will not have problem, but when they have problem, the truth there is this: it's easy for them to talk about it because they are united. They talk to each other. And that's where the place of open communication becomes very, very important. If you enter into some families, you will see nothing to write home about them. Yeah, they are a family, ideally, but they don't live like one. And that's why this video, particularly, passionately, talk about we going back to the traditional function of a family, where it supports the child, it educates the child. It helps the child build a solid foundation. It gives the child the feeling to know that whatever happened wherever you are, we are here for you as a family. You can always run back and you feel safe. So we need to understand for this emotional support to make sense, we need to be first and foremost open to each other. We need to have trust among us. We need to believe in each other. We need to be dependent on each other. Now, let me explain. Or we need to be able to depend on each other. If we don't have all these indicators, all these strength and factors, it's difficult for people to reach out. And that's why I'm very particular about crisis management. Some of the reason why some families you can run through them is because for one reason or another, there's no unity. There's no love that binds them together. So anybody can come in and do whatever they want to do. Your brother or sister might know, but I think he keeps feeling that he's smarter than everybody. Let him fight his battle himself. Please, I need us to understand something. God gave us just one job. One, self-care. Self-care within the family. It is such that when you build yourself, you are able to sustain your family. When your shoulder is firm, they can depend on you. When you build your arm, when they are stronger, when a member fall, you can lift them up. And that is why primarily the family is where you learn to lay foundation, education, socialization, emotional, financial, and all what. If your family is not bound together, there's the proclivity, there's the tendency that even out there, you will have nobody to stand by you. You always fight your battle alone. You will always fight your battles alone. So why am I saying this? It's time we go back to building the family front. Let's start living as true brothers and sisters. Let love prevail in everything we're doing. Life begins with love. Let everything we do, let the signature love be on it. I want to encourage our parents. I really want to encourage them. If the husband and the wife have issue, they should try and settle it for the children's sake. Because children are very smart. They can see, they can feel it. You can't preach love when you don't believe in it. You can't give what you don't have. You cannot. You cannot even pretend about it. So let's sit down. Let's look at our family. Let's identify the weaknesses. Let's identify the strength. Then let's see what we can do to better the family. The truth there is this. If I'm going through crisis, I should be able to talk to somebody in my family about it. They might not solve the problem, but the fact that I can speak to somebody makes me feel okay. If I don't have a family, I might start giving my airtime to the wrong people. And that can bring bad influence. And that's what we see now. Peer pressure. Oh, you're desperate to do this because there's nobody to advise you. You fall into the wrong hands. let's start looking at the family front. Let's start looking at what is the problem in our family, our individual family. Let's see how we can fix it. Let's see how we can fix it. A family is a support unit that takes you through all. They are there for you during the down times. And when things are picking up, it's still their joy because they know that once it's better for you, it will be better for them. Don't forget, what affects the eyes affects the nose. When we're growing up, during the festivity period, it's easy for you to cross into your neighbor's yard or compound and eat. These days, the whole area is pervaded with individualism. It's me, myself, and I. Even within the family, that mentality is prevailing. Me, myself, and I. I don't care what happened to you as long as I'm okay. And that's why the war is cracking very seriously. When you go to some families, you weep for them. We have started deviating from that which makes us who we are. When you seriously start deviating, we need to understand the significance of a family lies in the individual, because they greatly impact on the family. If they are not doing well, if they are causing problem, if they are doing well, you will feel it in the family. If they are not, you feel it in the family. So as much as the family is the strength of the individual determines so much of how a family, the composition of a family, can be strong. If the father and the mother don't speak in one voice, you will feel it, you will see it, you see the disunity among them. So it's time we go back home, start addressing those little issues that are causing a crack on the wall for lizards and snakes to come in, scorpions. It's time we sit down and try to trash those issues that is causing enmity, that is causing bitterness, that are now seeds that are growing and their stem is becoming even taller than we, the human being that is in control of them. We need to reevaluate our values as individuals, our values as a family unit. We need to seriously start addressing issues that is dividing the family. Things are getting tougher by the day. Outside there, it's not something you can joke about. If you don't have a support system, it will chew you up and spit you out. So we need to consciously make effort to address all these issues that is causing disunity in the family. We need to make effort to settle our differences within the family. It's high time we join forces with each other as a family to push the family forward. It's high time. We cannot afford to sit back and watch the society as a whole tear the individual families apart. You might not believe it, but nobody's planning well for you. I'm telling you. Nobody. I mean, nobody's planning well for you. So if you guys as a family don't brace up, you will receive the shocking news that will blow you guys out of this earth. So brace up. Talk about issues that affect you. Learn to give each other a listening ears. Open communication. Learn to be honest with your feeling. Where you're hurt by anybody, approach them respectfully and tell them. Let's learn to forgive ourselves. Let's learn to love more in spite of anything. Let's learn to love each other. Let's learn to give a helping hand. It's never enough. Let's be smart. Let's be intelligent in our interaction as a family, as an individual, even in the family. Whatever we're doing, let's put our family at heart. You are the custodian of your family if you don't know. So whatever you do, always have that at the back of your mind. There are people who are looking up to you. There are people who look up to you. There's a family that you came from. They pray for you. They stand in the gap for you. When things go wrong with you, they are affected too. Like I said, what affects the eyes affect the nose. We need to start putting more effort in the family as a unit. I just want to re-emphasize the point again. God has given us just one job: self-care, to train ourselves within the family so that when your brother or your sister falls, you can lift them up. A wide shoulder so that they can rest on you when they are tired. Let's try as much as we can to show love to each other. Always let peace prevail. Always. I'm not saying they will not hurt you. They will. As long as you're dealing with a human being, you will always be hurt. But always know it's a family. And it's our duty to ensure that we support our family. It's our duty. In everything we do, let's ensure that we support our family in every little way we can. In every little way we can, let's support our family. Let's love and cherish it. Let's love and cherish each other. 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 Let's always be there for one another. Let's place premium on our family. Let's not joke with it. We've lost too much people from very annoying things: depression, sadness, drug addiction, sex slavery. We've lost so much. I need you to understand, nobody will come and build your family. Nobody. If you as a unit, if you as an individual, as individuals don't come together, nobody will build your family for you. Nobody. Nobody really give a hoot about what happened to you. In fact, people would prefer you die and go so that they can take over. So in whatever you're doing, always remember, we need to rebuild the family to offer the support system it has always offered. We need to be reliable. We need to trust each other. We need to be open to communication. Always learn to check up on your brothers and sisters. Always learn to do that. People die from many avoidable things. If somebody was there just to say something, I'm sure that lady would have still been alive to today. They did not know. It brings us to another thing. You see, when there's no love within a family as a unit, people become less observant. They don't pay attention. They don't pay attention. They don't care. Even when they notice you're sad, they don't care to ask. It's none of their business. That's what they will say. Or everybody has their own issues. So we've become so self-centered and wicked to each other. So let's learn to talk to ourselves. Let's learn to encourage ourselves. In whatever problem or challenges that we find ourselves, let us learn to rally around ourselves. It might be just one person, but the support the person will get from others will really encourage them. Let's learn to forgive each other. Let's learn to make way for each other. Let's learn to make way for each other. Let's learn to always visit others that are not close by. Check up on them. Ask how they are doing. It could be just call. Now, I'm very sure that before things happen, there's always a nudging in your spirit man. Your mind will be telling you to, have you checked up on this person? Why didn't you call this? All their thoughts will fill your mind. At the moment you get such nudging, your mind cross, or the thought of them crossed your mind. Pick up your phone and call them. Ask them how they are doing. Find out how they are doing. Try as much as you can to provide the kind of support they need. If it is financially and you are able, please do so. If you're not, talk to them. Don't just talk to them on the phone. Find time to go and see them. Sit down with them. Try to find out. Try to listen to them. Now, when you're with them, please actually listen like you really care about them. Don't just go and show up there and, oh, I've done my best. Listen to them. Advise them carefully and encourage them. Let us try for ourselves. Let us try for ourselves. It's not funny out there. It's not funny. Let's learn to settle crisis within the family. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's encourage each other. Let's appreciate each other. Let's love one another. Let's be there for one another. Thank you very much.